Yo, what up guys? Just wanted to make one of those quick videos where we go over what's going on in the RuneScape community at the moment. But also I wanted to cover something else to start with, because we haven't actually heard anything as of yet, unless I've just missed it, but pretty sure we haven't. So I'm interested in bringing this up again and just kind of, I don't know, not letting it drop out of conversation, I suppose, which it very much seems to have, which is of course going to be this here. Now, this was a post back in 20th of January about just the regular patch notes. However, at the top of this, we had, while we're back today with our usual This Week in RuneScape, being the actual patch notes, we want to make it clear that we aren't shying away from the response to the recent membership survey. We know there are underlying points for us to still address, and much more we need to do to regain your trust. True story, actually, Jagex. And yeah, so they basically say that we aren't shying away from this, and we know that there are underlying points to still address, and they need to do something more to regain trust. And yet, however, this was kind of like, look, guys, we're not just going to go straight back to normal and ignore this thing. We are going to still talk about it. When? I guess it would be the next question, because that was here. And since then, well, there's been nothing at all. Now, this is actually, if they plan on not addressing this at all, or if they planned on not addressing this at all, this works, by the way. And just so you guys can tell it works, there is almost nothing on here about this anymore. It's all gone. Everybody is chilled out from it. And to be fair, I don't want to be the one that necessarily stirs up the pot again and gets it all bubbling and going. However, I did say that if this doesn't get addressed, then I will make a quick video talking about it. Maybe I've missed something. If so, just let me know in the comments and I will shut the hell up. But I'm not going to talk about much more than this. Jagex, I feel like this still needs to be addressed, and you shouldn't really just fully ignore it, because you say in this that, you know, we want to regain your trust. Believe me now, the next time in a few months that you do something that absolutely betrays the trust of the people that apparently still have trust left for you guys, this will pop back up, and this will bite you so freaking hard if you do just choose to ignore this. People will just go, well, you just completely ignored the last one, so I mean, well, let's expect absolutely zero from you again. So if there isn't anything that I've missed, I know that they were talking about like keeping it in Discord or whatever, and talking about it there. That's not addressing underlying points, and that's not doing more to regain trust. That's just that's nothing at all, really. Let's be fair. The amount of player percentage that use the Discord to talk about this sort of thing is far too small. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is this something that I'm just missing, or is this something that Jagex still needs to talk about? Next up, we're just going to talk about some cool stuff going around the actual game. Now, one of the biggest things on Reddit right now is, oh, not this one. This one. We'll come back to this one, which will be very relevant because it's the same as this one, kind of. This person here, which is Lingonberry Pale 4204, has recreated RuneMetrics, right? But better. Like, so much better. So this says, I was unhappy with the current state of RuneMetrics. It was missing some real quality of life updates, in my opinion. I am a web developer and decided to just make it myself while using their public API. It has all features, even minute-by-minute XP charge. RuneMetrics has, except for a drop log, because they don't offer any API to this information. I wrote this in PHP. I don't know what this is. I'll be honest with you guys. I have no freaking clue. I assume it's just some kind of web development language that, you know, probably a few of you guys know what this is, but I don't. I care deeply about speed and efficiency, so it's mostly built with that in mind. For example, the query for all XP gains in a month should take less than 8 milliseconds, which is crazy. I would like to ask the community, would this be something people are interested in? And if so, do you have any ideas that would be nice for this dashboard? The repository is public, meaning it's open source. Feel free to leave behind any thoughts and ideas on how to make it better. So this is something that whenever someone makes something like this, and they're like, if you guys want to use it, then feel free. The fact that it's open source is incredibly important, because it means that if there was anything fishy or scammy or hackable in here for your accounts and whatnot, people will find it straight away. If it's not open source, I would never even trust it, but because it is, people who know what they're looking at can check it and confirm that it is safe to use, and you don't really have anything to worry about. So if you do want to take a look at this, you can actually go here, and there's instructions going over how to install it and how to use it yourself. I probably won't use it just because I've never used RuneMetrics and I don't really care that much. Maybe it'll come in handy as I go for 120 all. So yeah, who knows? Maybe I will. But right now, this is something that is insanely popular for a lot of people. So if you're interested, I'll link this Reddit post in the description. You can come here and you can take a look at this. What about the minute by minute XP gains? I'm using a scheduler which is calling the RuneScape API every minute to fetch the latest stats. Then check if anything has changed, and if it has, save that as a data point. There's some screenshots here, as you can see, the actual differences and what it will look like, which is very cool. There's an edit here. Something else I thought worth mentioning is that the adventure log actually tracks all history data and not just a maximum of 30, which is currently the case in RuneMetrics. So there's an improvement there. And you can filter through the items, and also each category has the relating icons like skills or quests and stuff. Damn. I wanted to include a screenshot of the adventure log and quest pages as well, which you can see here. And then another edit. This the quest table actually has a sort of hidden feature, which is that you can click on the quest names and it'll open the quick guide on the wiki. Damn. Hey, that's cool. And also making this post, RuneMetrics has become extremely slow, taking ages to load. Regarding it's back to normal speeds now. So there you go. Right. Now this person here says small indie company taken down by one ADHD fuel programmer, which is where this comes into play, right? And it says, well, I'm sorry, I'm not Lingonberry Pale 4204. And you can see here the backend developers getting it from mod pips here, saying is able to do it in their mother's basement without public API. And yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. It really is. But this is definitely worth me covering and mentioning. Like when there was the quest helper, I did it for that because that's just useful. And honestly, whenever anyone makes something like this for the game, it's just so damn cool. And the amount of time that's probably been put into, I don't know, maybe you did this in like an hour. I don't freaking know. I'm assuming not. But either way, it deserves recognition, and if people do want to use it, which like it has how many upvotes now? 1.7k and 5 awards. I'm going to assume this is something people are interested in. So there you go. You want to check it out? Go ahead and check it out. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this, which maybe was in the title or the thumbnail, possibly, but Challenge mode Hellwyr is getting a new mechanic soon. This is a screenshot of Mod Pigeon from Discord, looks like. It says it's definitely ended up being bigger than expected. It's not that we had to bug fix a lot. It's primarily just the pure quantity of achievements. My goal was essentially to have something for every boss, which is why we've ended up with so many achievements. So there's actually a couple of things in here, right? The 550, I wasn't far off the mark when I said 550 achievements on stream, which is damn crazy. Actually, looking forward to this a ton. But also, look at this. Discovered a ton of fun things, though. For example, hard mode Hellwyr had a mechanic that just hadn't worked since it released. Now it does. So this is a reflect mechanic. It says here, there's supposed to be a reflect. This was 10 minutes later. People were probably sat there like, what's the mechanic? Which is why they're probably saying laptop chose a horrible time to die. But there was supposed to be a reflect during the thrash attack, which wasn't working. So you basically would have to get off the boss and not deal damage to it. Otherwise it will reflect it back to you, is I assume what that means. But there you go. So interesting for sure. I am going to be checking that out, definitely. And when all these achievements come into the game, hell freaking yes, we're going to be grinding out some of those for sure. So nice. It's always nice when JMods share stuff like this, and it gets people like a little bit excited who wants to come. So very nice. Thank you very much, Mod Pigeon. Right. Last thing I want to talk about is this, and I'm going to make a full video on this soon because I completely agree, and it's a topic that I've written notes about that I wanted to cover, and for some reason I just didn't get around to doing it. Auras, probably the worst thing in RuneScape, I'll be honest, especially for new players getting back into the game, players as well, people with not tons of loyalty points. Jagex, why do you refuse to make auras more available to newer players? The loyalty program time gating them is long outdated. There's been plenty of suggestions on how auras can be made into available in game via Thaler, whatever, War Shop, Slayer Masters, minigames, blah, 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 quest rewards, all this sort of stuff, right? The War Shop makes total sense to me. For me, it would be like skilling auras you unlock through, I know it's crazy to think about, but like skilling. So if you want a woodcutting aura, you do woodcutting, and then as you do woodcutting, you like make progress to the woodcutting aura. I know that's crazy, right? Like I know. But that's how I would probably do it. And then all the combat ones, maybe War's Shop, makes sense. But if auras were not so essential, they wouldn't have been made easily available for Group Iron Man accounts. Yes, they basically completely admitted that yes, auras are super important in the game, when they just said all Group Iron Man will have access to all auras because they're important, because they're game changing, because new players should have them. And this is actually something that Jagex, like the new player experience in RuneScape 3 is terrible. It is so bad. When you add on top of auras as well, like you actually find out that, there's all these auras that are super useful that everybody's using. I can't use them because I've not been a member for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. I can't even now go and buy all the auras in the store, and I have a stupid amount of loyalty points. So yeah, besides there's still loads of loyalty points, loads of stuff, loads of posts from sent on to keep the program relevant. It really would be nice to hear back from someone at Jagex as to why this isn't being implemented. We don't have a reply from a Jamebot in here, unfortunately. It would say around here somewhere. But yeah, so yeah, it would take 5,502,646 points to unlock everything in the shop, ensuring rewards aren't purchased. Damn. Holy crap. So this would take 132 months or 11 years. Holy crap. That is insane. That is crazy. So yeah, there you go. Basically, fix, please, Jagex, like now probably is better than never. This could be like a game jam thing maybe, but I don't know. I feel like they're not holding this for loyalty points. I feel like this is just something that they are throwing themselves at a wall against and thinking like this is gonna be a hard fix. It's not. Just throw it in the game. If anyone complains about, but I spent loyalty points, refund them. Tell them to shut up. Tell them to get over it. To be fair, Jagex needs that attitude a little bit more with that sort of stuff. And if they're just straight up and honest about it, that's all good. Like you just say, look, this is for the benefit of the game. Everybody who has auras, maybe we give you 10,000 points each aura, something like that, just to refund it and you get some more cosmetics. And then other than that, just to get over it, it is what it is. Like, you don't have to unlock them anymore. Like, you don't have to go and do the stuff in the game to unlock them. You have them already. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think auras absolutely need to have this sort of change. For sure. New players this feels so damn bad for, and players that have played for a couple of years, 2-3 years even, still feels terrible for, because there's so many ones that you want to get that you just can't, and you have to pick between one or the other, which just feels crap. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Jagex, remember, you want to regain trust, and you're not shying away from addressing underlying points and stuff like that, right? So make sure you talk about those. And other than that, guys, let me know what you think about everything in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later, guys. Have a good one. Bye.